Alrighty, and we can start. Last time, you guys had finished off your trials and tribulations within the elemental plane of Holy after finding one of the inverted crystals, finding the elemental crystal of fire there. From grasping and collecting it, Joseph was able to understand every single elemental fire school spell, though upon leaving, he finds, even though he knows all the gestures and the words, he is unable to supply the fuel for said spells. So it's kind of a pointless thing for him outside of using scrolls and wands that would require him to know such things. As you moved from the holy plane, you found yourselves within the elemental plane of fire. Not as a hazardous place to Joseph's health, at least not in the same way. Instead, everyone else would have felt the itchy, burning sensation across their skins if it wasn't for Iskandora's resistance versus fire spell. Moving throughout the plane, you've been able to defend yourselves against the lavas and fires going around. However, on your descent into said plane, you've all noticed a leap in memory. You've had a kind of similar effect when you were in the Holy Plane where you felt as if you were forgetting things. However, this has been a much larger leap as through talking with a fire elemental by the name of Lavis, as well as just discussions between those, as well and a youth within the same fire elemental clan, you've figured out that you've been on this plane for a few days. Though you don't remember much about them, when you do try to spend the effort to remember what you've been doing, you do know that you have met up with a tribe of elementals that have been all too kind and helpful to you in the hopes that they could get rid of the darkness that has been plaguing their plane. Having a similar effect on their denizens, you have been fighting several, not exactly mind controlled, but mind altered individuals that are fire aligned, from genie to giants and even other fire elementals. You regain your conscious thought, as it were, as you're standing amongst the piles of corpses within the lava lands. Lavis flew over to you to inform you that the path towards the demon, as he put it, was freed up for your party to go through, and that you would have to deal with the demon yourselves, as his tribe would be keeping back the crazed elementals. Even if you had some doubts, your memories, as well as sense motive, revealed that Lavis had no real ill intention. If anything, he has some sort of revering towards you. Iskandor having a faint sensation that he may have used the awe-inspiring spell that he used against the Severati on the Holy Plane. Following Lavis's lead, you went to a large obsidian sphere that had one of its sides blasted open, allowing you entrance inside. It had an oval room around a 25-foot high ceiling, filled with jets of lava and flames. Again, your resistance allowing you to move through it without too much issue. You met the youth that you had met within the village, though you have a just faint memory of the elemental by the name of Goda. Apparently, they had come here searching for their friend that had gone missing some time ago, and all the stars aligned to allow him to leave before the demon appeared. You noticed several sparks of lightning across the stalagmites and tights in the room as they coalesced and pulled apart the rock and glass around, forming a primal of Ifrit. However, this was a different form of such, as it was probably gaining power from what you found to be its power source. Dealing with the primal, it dissipated just like any others, with its horn being severed from a slash and turning into Ifrit's blade. In the center of said primal, you were able to gather up the inverted crystal of lightning, finding it to be the power source of the creature that was pulling together the rocks and crystal. Gathering up the crystal itself, Iskandar gathered it up, though he didn't really show any outward signs of change, similar to when Joseph gathered the fire crystal, though the changes only really Iskandar knows. Whereas Joseph, already being very fire-aligned at this point with the crystal he'd taken earlier, also took the Ifrit's blade for himself. And just to confirm going forwards, is Joseph now just going to be using Ifrit's blade and no longer his Falcata?
What?
Do you not understand my question, or were you not listening?
I may have misheard you. I have the blade and I have the ability to use it, but I'm still going to use my Falcata.
Okay. Well, go as you wish. The floor is yours. That was the only question I had was about the Ifrit's blade.
Yeah, I took the time to stat it out and put it in my character sheet. And I will probably use it at times, but I still like my blade better for the most part.
Well, shall we get back to Lavis then? We need to start piecing together how long we've been here and what we've been doing. As much as I'd like to get another look at everyone's, should we say, knowledge bank, I don't think I have the magical resource at the moment.
Yeah, is it just me or is the last thing you guys remember before suddenly appearing in a pile of dead flaming bodies was we were just traveling to this sphere, right?
That's the same for me. How about you two?
Yeah, I have the same thing. And just coming here, suddenly we were apparently just done fighting those elementals.
That's all I remember.
Indeed. Our bodies were hurt and our resources were depleted too. We'd certainly been fighting them for at least a time. And the locals here seem to know us at least favourably, so we must have spent some time here. How long? I couldn't tell you. Is there any way for us to kind of piece it together how long we've been here? Just in terms of, I don't know, our bodies or our equipment, for instance? I mean, I know we haven't got watches or anything like that, but...
I mean, we don't age and we're on a whole different planet in a different cosmos, essentially. Like, the sphere, at least from the look of the spheres. So, like, there's nothing to gauge.
No, not really.
Well, Lavis did mention, like, when we asked about the demon, that we would know more than him, so we've been long enough to research it.
Yes.
Apparently.
Well, I hope our ties on the material plane are okay. I know that Minerva's promised to keep them safe from accidents or unfortunate circumstance, but it's concerning. Well, we're not going to get much done standing here, are we? Let's go.
Iskandar, do you have a pen on you?
Pen? Yes, I do actually. The problem is it's an ink quill and parchment, but would that have burnt up, or would it be okay because of the resistance?
It's gonna be okay in like your inventory and whatnot, but if you're gonna be bringing it out into the open air, as it will just ignite.
Yeah, so the answer is yes, but also no.
I need to get a magical pen.
I am not a script master, unfortunately, otherwise I would. Why do you need it, young Joseph?
Well, I was going to start marking off my arm like a little tally of days so that even if we don't remember how long it's been, we can figure it out. And then I'll just pull out a little dagger and then etch just a little tiny line into my skin.
Do you not have regeneration?
Yeah, so you're just gonna.
No, I don't have regeneration.
Oh, do you not have the ring?
No.
Oh. The problem is if I heal you at any point, that'll go.
Yeah.
Have you not got anything else that you could etch it into? Like the handle of your sword or like your cloak?
That's true, I guess. I could try to find. I've got bracers on. I can etch it into the bracers.
I simply hope that if you. It's a good idea, Joseph, but will you remember to do it during our lapses?
Hopefully. That's the issue. I'm just gonna have to try to remember to do it every 24 hours or so. Every time we take a rest is pretty much whenever I'm gonna do it.
Yuki, you seem fairly relaxed about all this. Are you not concerned?
Indeed, I am concerned. Although I know that my concerns come from the mission that we're doing. We need to complete this mission in order for, hopefully, this to all fix itself.
It's a remarkably positive attitude. Well, hopefully we don't have to fix it ourselves. And indeed, it is fixable.
Although, we still don't know how much time has passed that we've been here. It's sort of hard to judge how long it has been. And that is if time resides the same on this plane.
Well, now that we're not in a hurry to fight this demon anymore, we can go back to Lavis and actually ask him.
Yes, let's try and
Was
get them. Sorry, go
very
on.
confused. He was just very confused when he got here, but right now we're not in a hurry anymore, I think. So we might be able to get some answers.
Now the big question is how do we get out of here?
The hole in the obsidian sphere is to the east/right.
Well,
And playing any game with a map now has fucked up my sensation, which is east and west, because so many of my player groups always flip them round, and now I'm flipping them round.
What?
Well, my players keep saying west is to the right when east is to the right. So when I'm playing Elden Ring, I'm looking at the map and saying, okay, I'm going right because it's west, but I'm going the opposite direction of where I'm meant to go.
No,
I've lost
east
the map.
is definitely to the right. How can you
I know we
lose
don't need
that?
it anymore, but I've gone to squares. Is that the case?
There's no background for you?
No, nothing.
Curious. Using Opera?
No.
Hey, that's my browser.
Well, it's just that if you don't use Chrome, sometimes just random images don't load.
I mean, it's not a problem. We're not going to be doing anything more on this map,
It-
are we?
Took me a long time for it to load, so it might just be taking a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
To be fair, I had to refresh because my character sheet broke. But yeah, let's,
Yeah, same.
let's leave. Yeah, here we go. I've just
It's
got it
probably
back.
something to do with me.
Alrighty. Leaving the obsidian sphere to the east, you go back out into the wide open area of flames and lava. The pools of hardened rock continue to bob and weave across the lava pools, and you can see several of the fire elementals that are of a shade of a kind of like a lighter red that your characters have grown accustomed to picking out the details of, have been subjugated by the darker red elementals that you know to be the tribe that Lavas belongs to. And everyone can roll a sense motive. Okay. Everyone can easily tell that the lighter elementals, who had been rather mad with power and going into the steps of the demon, have lost a lot of their insanity, and a lot of them have willingly given up their arms, as it were, to be taken into this realm's form of custody. It seems like you defeating the demon has removed or at least lessened the effect it had on the denizens of this area. You see Goda off in the distance, looking under every rock and through every cranny of the pillars of rock moving in the lava, trying to find his friend. And you don't have much worry for his safety. It seems like the other beings of this plane kind of leave each other alone. The elementals don't eat, and all of the other creatures here also don't eat, so there's not really a prey predator style of thing unless you're just wanting a fight for the pride of it. Larvus flies over towards you. As you can see, his flaming face kind of shift into a happy and grateful form. You have left the Obsidian Circle, and our brethren have retained some of their faculties. I take it your fight went well.
As well as it could have, with a few deaths.
Yes, I remember your tales of the heads across the floors and blood bleeding everywhere, but it seems you have gotten back up again, as you so likely gloated on our first meeting.
Yeah, there's not much that can keep us down.
Please, regale me with the details of your fight. What sort of demon was it? None of us were able to enter whilst you were fighting that thing. Our hands were too preoccupied, keeping the others out.
Well, considering I spent a majority of it dead, I'm probably not the best person to tell you.
Lavis just moves his head to look over at Osa.
I was, like Ifrit, like Iskandar. You know the creature better than I do.
What? He kind of just looks a bit surprised at being addressed. Oh, yes, it was a, we'll call it a blip in the plane. It normally shouldn't occur, but there was a powerful force bringing together an avatar of a creature, we say. Sort of rubs his head a little bit. But you killed it. It's defeated now, and its source of power is gone. Nothing to worry about.
An avatar did this? We have summoners within our tribe, but nothing of that kind of power.
It was more like a mix of a primal and an avatar. A creature of planar and, I would almost argue, godlike power.
It was also corrupted.
Indeed, it was pulled together by a means from outside of this plane, ergo the blip.
Disconcerting news, to be sure. Is there any chance this blip can reoccur, or have you removed the item that created it?
It's gone. Nothing to worry about. I can't. Sorry, go on.
Oh yeah, once we defeated the creature and found the corruption, Minerva kind of took care of the rest.
You did speak of the deity Minerva, though we have never heard of her ilk within this plane. Your powers are not to be argued against after this fact, so we shall have to put our faith in yours.
Indeed, we won't bore you with the details, but long story short, we have defeated the creature. It's is it inter or extra planar where you go to? It's extra planar when you go elsewhere, isn't it?
extra plane, or you go to different planes that aren't
Yeah.
yours.
It's an extra planar issue, Lavis. While I understand your concern, it's nothing for you to worry about anymore.
Rapturous fire follows us all. We've apprehended a lot of the followers of the demons, though a few of them state they don't even remember joining it. We shall have to spend quite a few eves interrogating them for what they do remember. But that could be done in the background. We offered you rewards for destroying the demon, and since you all lived, we'll have to have rewards for each of you. I can return you to the capital if you wish to join me, or do you have other business to do in the lava pits?
We can follow you. We're really not used to this plane, and we have no idea how to get back there. So, if you could just lead us, that'd be great.
If you could assist the young one over there, and I'll point over to the child. It seems he's lost a companion. I'd appreciate that. Or have
It's
one if it was
strange you say you don't know your way around. Iskandar, do you not remember the archipelago you helped us map out whilst we were looking for the demon?
Yes, it's simply the case of this isn't the archipelago, is it? As you need me to bluff.
Yeah.
Me as well.
Yeah. Ah! No. No, you don't. Jesus. Actually, no, Iskandar is just very lucky. You're on 19.
Well, I am sure our plane is not too hospitable to you. Your fluid-like bodies are probably dehydrated. I can take you back to the city. And you don't worry about Goda. He is one of the strongest children of our tribe. It is a strange occurrence that he is so small.
I see.
After we left the obsidian sphere, did it remain or did it disappear after the fight?
The obsidian sphere is still there. It's just bobbing up and down in a lava pool. It's a bit cracked. It used to be pristine. Now it's cracked as if they're like wayward attacks from the elementals, but it's not disintegrating.
Okay.
Though obsidian is a normal material for this plane because it's just glass made from volcanic action. It's not something new. It's just that's where the demon was.
Okay.
Alright, if you lots follow Lavis, you'll fly across the lava pools with Lavis in front of you, kind of blocking your view as he is a large creature, though you can move to the side or up and down. And as you fly towards a grand landmass made of black rock towards what you could assume to be the north, you feel a sort of deja vu as if you've taken the path this way quite a few times. And the makeup of the city seems very familiar to you. As you land upon the landmass, you can all roll perception.
Yeah,
Landing,
get my high rolls out of the way now. Sorry.
yeah, it's the best time for it. Landing in the capital city, you can see many of the denizens give you a hearty wave or just kind of engorge their flames in their own form of greeting to you in the distance, as well as you're able to notice several of the children playing the games of the elemental plane of fire, though quite a few of them have adapted to some of the stories you think you remember telling them of some of the games like Heroes and Villains. One such game has three children arguing for the role of the three Osas, whereas the last person has to be the Joseph, and they don't like being that one.
I see you told them well.
I'm just sad.
I'll just pat him on the back then.
I mean, I get it. Why would anybody want to just constantly die? But still, I do good things.
You do, Joseph. You do.
It's a good thing you just have a knack to keep coming back to life.
I mean, nothing stopped me yet.
But don't jinx it. What we're saying, Mr. Joseph, does Osa look alright? Because she's been struggling a bit recently with Joseph getting, pasted.
Ganked.
Oh no, not the red floor.
What the hell is the red floor?
Do realise now, in any dungeon, the way we see a red floor, Joseph's got to like scan that thing over like 7 times before he steps on it.
Just not go in the room.
Sounds about right.
That's why we have fly on us, right?
True.
Oh, speaking. Well, no, I should probably wait till we're out of this plane to do that. Do alchemical items, like, do they last for a few seconds at least before they just are destroyed?
Yeah, you can use alchemical items, that's fine.
I'm going to hand each of Yuki and Iskandor a Mega Phoenix, since I have 3 on my person.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You do know that this is most likely going to be used on me, right?
Oh, of course, but I didn't want to say anything.
It's a good thing. I
Also
had
gonna
to.
give Iskander another Mega Phoenix.
It is my birthday.
Well, you're the best of us to use them within combat.
True enough.
You have the best reach for them.
Well, they are the fastest method of getting us back on our feet. Thank you. All of you. So, how long have we been here if we've been able to teach children games?
Are you saying that loud enough that Lavis can hear you?
He's sort of muttering it to himself. It's up to Lavis's perception, I suppose, if he's gonna listen.
Paying attention.
I mean, he's a few feet ahead of you, just like leading you through the city.
Mm. I mean, Iskandor talks to himself all the time, so I mean, maybe he cares, maybe he doesn't. We don't know. I'm gonna take an opportunity to turn off my buffs. Yeah, I'll just be keeping an eye out for now. I don't know what you guys want to do.
And if nobody else has anything else to say or act upon as they're moving through the city, Lavis will eventually take you to a large open square kind of area of the city. A large obsidian statue sits in the middle, though it's more of just it's like a spiked pillar going upwards. Several rocky thrones are towards the north end of the square, where you can see large earth elementals sitting atop them. Though with spouts of fire and magma coming off of them, you're pretty sure they're actually magma elementals and not rock ones. You have a faint memory of these as well, but you cannot remember their names. Lavis moves to the side as he forms a sort of hat atop his head off of his flames, almost as if he's turning into his formal attire as he comes back to his office table, as it were. One of the magma elementals stands up as they look at your party arriving. It creates a jagged smile across its face, though you're pretty sure it doesn't need it. It's just doing it for your benefit, as when it speaks, it just kind of emanates noise and it doesn't move its made up mouth. The return of our champions. I welcome you back to the city. We have already seen the effects of what you've done.
The corruption has been excised. It's no longer a threat to you and your people.
This is wonderful news. We have prepared a mounted of feast for your tastes to dine upon. It is not every day a material being eats our food, though you might find it to be quite hot and spicy.
I'm sure we can handle it.
Sounds like my favorite kind of food.
Joseph probably can't handle it.
The magma elemental kind of like shifts its hand as you can hear a very coarse rock grating against rock as if he's doing his own form of snapping his fingers. As the floor in front of you starts to shake and bring up a table made of rock. The top part of it then kind of crumbles away and reveals several plates made of obsidian glass, aside of which are some very hardened rock cutlery. Sitting atop the plates, you can see several mounds of what you could think to be rocks, as well as meat and some form of mushroom.
I apologize for the lack of liquid, but I am sure you cannot dissolve our magmas within your stomachs.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something that we can do.
I mean, I can if I have fiery body on, but that's not a good idea.
Iskandar, can you make water?
Not in this plane.
Not in this. Yeah, I can, but it will just become mist immediately. Yeah, I mean, fiery body's still going unless we've been walking for a while, so I can literally just eat it. But I don't know what you guys want to do. Because technically, I'm still on fire.
Are there benches that we can sit down at?
The elemental didn't make any because you guys are currently like floating above the floor. If you ask for a chair, you can make one.
I mean, if we're floating, then that's fine. I'll just cross-legged sit in the air and start making myself a plate.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and try the food, see if we can handle it.
If anyone wants to eat the food, roll me fortitude.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll have a nibble. Ah, I've got double text there. That's fine. I'll get rid of that.
Do I have time to do a swift action to give myself a higher fort save?
No.
Darn it.
Live with your actions. Alright, as you all taste the food on offer, it definitely is quite hot to the point where you could swear they were trying to boil your insides, but they're probably just not accustomed to beings who can't handle the heat. And aside from that, it is quite spicy. If your characters are the type to not really eat spicy foods, you're going to be wishing that water existed on the plane. And if you do enjoy spicy foods, it's definitely a challenge for you, but you're not in a painful position.
Iskandor's going to cough a bit then, because while he's still on fire, he's not a spicy man.
This food, it's fantastic.
Hmm.
I wonder if I can take some back. Can you give me the recipe?
They'll give you the recipe, but a lot of the things he tells you about don't exist on the material plane, and if they do, they're very rare.
A challenge. I like it.
It's going to be very expensive because you have to pay for planar travel to come here to get the ingredients.
Only of the highest quality. There's only certain people that would ever appreciate this kind of food. Where's Kumunch?
I guess I'm picking up a plane shift at some point so I can get you guys food supplies.
Yeah, Joseph is okay with like regular spicy stuff, but he doesn't like ghost peppers or anything like that. So he's definitely sweating more than just the environment is making him. And he just yeah, so good.
Elsa also looks pretty uncomfortable. Like, I think she's more used to like very plain like travel food and very little spices and stuff like that, so she does not do very well with the spices. She can handle it, but she definitely looks uncomfortable.
Well, it's certainly unique.
As you dine on the foods, some shorter magma elementals who seemingly have changed the flames around their chest to be kind of more whitish, to the fact that you could have swore they had like white undershirts trying to go for a tuxedo look, as they bring out several lockboxes made of graphite and place them next to each of you.
Ooh, boxes.
I take it this is our reward.
And here I was thinking it was the company and the food.
Well, yes, exactly.
I hope these items will be of use to you. We do not have many that material beings would have any need for. A lot of ours are to deal with our plane, and would exactly work on your return to the material. Aside from what you find in there, we do have a few supplies from some of our travelers who hop between the planes.
And if you open up the graphite boxes, within them, you will find 4 amulets of natural armor plus
Oh, my.
5, 4 rings of protection plus 5, and 4 braces of armor plus 8. And you can request alchemical items of tier 1 through 4 to a total of 32k.
Cheers!
I was going to say the rings and amulets and whatnot. If you guys want to take them, go for it. Or the braces, I'll be fine. I think alchemicals should just
There's
go
enough for one for each of us for the items, right?
You don't say!
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Mega Phoenixes are 9,500. Do you just want as many of those as we want, or is there anything specific we need? I mean, Mega Elixirs are 32,000, but I'm not going to make you take that.
Get you some X eaters or something.
Yeah, I could do just a few bits and bobs. I'm just thinking, like, we've got a few Mega Phoenixes, but would it be worth getting a few more? Because we have, like, in the pilot, we have a lot of the status removal stuff, don't we? And bits and bobs.
Yeah.
Mega potions are not cheap, but they're decent. And to be fair, Turbo Ether's 25,000. I'm just seeing what else there is. X Ether's only 675, so I could get 2 of those if you guys want to get other stuff. Or even just 1 will be enough, just to keep me, like, above board.
if anyone is going to be using the amulets, rings, or braces, please type into the chat. The amulets are, of course, a enhancement to natural armor, so it won't stack with things like bark skin, but I don't think Iskandar ever uses that.
I do have it, and I can use it, but it's more for like setup fights, so it's worth
Yeah.
having.
The rings of protection are +5 deflection, so it wouldn't stack with protect, which I think. No, Yuki doesn't have that. She is a shell. And then, of course, braces of armor is just +8 armor, so it's more for people who don't wear any armor. Or if your armor doesn't give that big a bonus, just wear that and get that instead.
I was surprised you didn't just go straight turbo ether.
No, because you guys might want some other stuff, and honestly, it seems like Mega Phoenixes are the way to go at the minute, just because they're so much faster than any revival magic in combat. But I don't know if anyone wants Mega Potions, for instance, because they're pretty good as well.
I got
I've
some
already
mega
got a
potions
mega
already.
potion. Yeah, I've already got one on me.
Yeah, everyone's got one on them, I think, but
I have
it's
2.
just- well, yeah, it's just a case of if I die, then it just keeps you alive, I suppose, during those times. I'm not intending to, by the way, I'm just saying. Unless there's anything else. I mean, someone could always request a, I could not buy the ether and someone could get a plus item if they're really struggling for something. The alchemical stuff for inherent bonuses.
Plus items are tier 5.
No, tough.
You're right, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you're meant to be the intelligence character.
You're not wrong, but there we are.
I'm fine with just using, like, getting Mega Phoenixes.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Because we can get, I think, 2 extra with that.
So, is anyone taking any of the amulet rings or braces?
I'm considering it. Just give me a few seconds.
So if not, I'm just going to put it all in group loot.
Does Joseph not want to pick up some more Ephemera masks since he used his last one?
Oh yeah, if we got any left over, that'd be good for seeing
plenty.
invisibility. That's
Yeah,
always
we have-
nice to have.
we have quite a few. If I don't have time to set up the status and see invisibility spells, then it's worth having.
Yeah. I used mine the other session as well, so it'd be probably good to restock that.
So
Although I do now have a Heartseeker weapon, so I have less of a chance of missing.
Does Iskandar even have the ability to give people the ability to see invisible creatures?
Yeah, it's through status greater, and then
Oh, yeah, seconds and lower.
So I can do it. It's just a case of it might be worth it because yes, you have heart seeking, but you can't see it in the first place.
Yeah, but I also have bonuses to perception to locate invisible creatures as well.
As long as one of us can see it, then
Yeah, it's not the end of the
I
world.
think we all have a Heartseeker at this point. Joseph, Yuki, and Osa.
Well, Josephson has Heartseeker on his Falcata, does he?
No.
It's only when you use the Ifrit's Blade.
Yeah.
And obviously Iskandar can't have it because it can't go into power weapons.
Okay, so we've got 580 left. Shall we just get a mega potion then for someone, or I can spend it on ethers? Like the choice is yours, really.
I'm fine putting it to ethers.
It's going to be just the basic ethers at this. Oh no, high ethers. Sorry, just the one I can afford.
That works for me.
So yeah, we'll do that then. And
Yeah,
then
happy with
anything left, I don't know. Do you want to spend it or do you want to just keep it back? There's not much.
Well, if there's any left, just get more ethereal masks, because the spell is a thing.
Yeah, I suppose we'll just get more ethereal masks after the high ether. Yeah, that works for me. I'll do the maths now.
Yeah, I'm not going to use any of the protective items.
So either you do more ethereal masks, or you could at least afford 2 more just base level tier 1 ethers, because that'll bring you up to 2,100.
I think I'll be okay. The only reason why I say it is because A, I have terrible luck rolling ether rolls, and B, if I'm getting that low, I'll just use the staff. And I did this. The ethers we have are for reserve anyway. I should be okay.
How do you want to distribute the masks? And no, you didn't do potions.
I mean, I'll hold the ethers, and I suppose the Mega Phoenixes, because I can throw them out a bit quicker.
As well as having telekinesis.
Yeah,
how many masks do we have in total?
So there's 5 there. Yuki's bought 1 directly, so it's kind of just up to yourselves to split them. That should be alright without.
Yuki paid for ethereal masks? Is that what she did?
No,
she just put 1 in
I just bought 1 just to replace 1 that I used.
Yeah. So she's already got 1 on her, so the 5 are kind of just between you. You could always just have Yuki have 1 more, and the other 2 have 2 themselves. That should split equally.
So 2 each?
Pretty much, yeah.
2 each to Joseph, Yuki, and Osa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Nice. Yeah, I'm alright without the stuff. I think I could have room for a ring because I've got a ring of sustenance on at the moment, and I know it doesn't have much use with being Heroes of Light, but it has some for the rest. And then the braces of armor, I've got the no, I've got the spell actually that does better than that, so I'm fine with that.
Do you have any other bracers on?
Yeah, the lightning ones.
Oh yeah. The absorb one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I should be alright from that.
Alright, so is Joseph taking any of the
No.
items? No? Then they're all getting added in. All done.
as you are divvying up the items, you do notice one of the magma elementals just kind of like moves their head as they see from left to right. They always kind of like shove the rings, amulets, and necklaces to the right, and then at the end of the table, there's just Osa with the bag opened up, and they all just like fall inside. And as you have divvied up the items and got your alchemicals from the planar traders, it looked as if from what you could assume to be the monarch of this area, Magma Elemental, begin to talk, but he is interrupted as flames start to appear beneath you. Shooting upwards, they cover your entire bodies as you are transposed somewhere else.
Oh, hi, Mark.
The fire moves from your head to your feet as you find yourself floating atop a magma pool with shifting black rocks. With his feet firmly planted atop the magma, you see a colossal form of the deity Ifrit, though a much more regal creation than the primal you saw earlier. You feel a heavy weight placed upon your bodies. Sweat drops from your brow as you feel your shoulders pushed downwards. The mere presence of this being is a force to reckon with. And you're pretty sure they are the bona fide deal, as you've had a similar effect when you first met Minerva, and in the case of Yuki, when she first met Bahamut. Showing no outward hostility, the deity looks across you all and opens up his maw. His voice vibrates throughout the chamber.
So, you are the beings that entered my realm. I sensed 4 powerful beacons of light. I did not expect quite small statures to be holding such power. I take it you are the 4 that went through the trial towers and were granted power by one of my own.
Us 3 are. Yuki over there was granted power through Bahamut.
I have my ways.
I have not been informed of your movements through my plane, or even asked permission for you to delve into it. What brings you here?
Minerva sent us here to eradicate some corruption that was infecting your planes. The people that we were just with aided us in locating and destroying it.
The babe deity stands atop the boundary of our rules, though it skirts them with using the heroes. You say you've removed this taint. Is your fan to further follow it to where it came from?
I believe our entire goal is to eradicate all of this corruption across the plains.
And what of Minerva? Did she say she agreed with it upon those who rule these realms?
I don't think so. I don't think she mentioned that.
As is suspected of her, she is newly made, only for your world of Aeon Gaia. The old gods know the good ways, and she only knows what is rightfully made for her. Her bound should only be linked to that of the material plane. Sending you between them goes outside her jurisdiction. Though I am an accepting god, I'll let you leave and go as you please. You haven't done anything outward against my religions or the beings of my realm. Though I should warn you, dealing with what time and fate has already set in motion shall play havoc on you if you go outside of its line.
I believe we have contracts against going outside of time. I don't think that that's something that we're allowed to do.
Outside of what the contract forbids and allows, I can always sense when someone wishes to spark a war from their actions. And there is at least one upon you that do not like what the contract has written.
I make no secret of it. It irks me, but it doesn't mean that I will go against it.
If you hold any reverence for your bloodline, you be best to adhere to it.
Is it a threat?
It is no threat from me. You are not my heroes, and I am not in the market for villains. I merely go throughout what is my domain. Think of it as more a pre-warning to your actions. I shan't stop you, but I shall not bereave what would happen.
See.
I can also sense another deity amongst you, outside of that of Minerva and the Allfather. Have you dealt with any others on your journey?
It's something I wanted to ask you if you have. Oh, I'm sorry, Jasper, you were saying something.
Yuki was just going to say she has no part in any other deity besides Bahamut and those that he wishes to work alongside, in this case, Minerva. So I'm unsure who you speak of, unless the party knows more.
During our trials, we did come across... Who was that? The Reaper?
We
Hades.
came across Hades. Or at
Hades,
least
that's right.
what we believe to be Hades.
Hades? Your group dealt with Hades?
An aspect of him, at least.
We met him during the final trial.
He tried to strike a deal, but don't think any of us took it.
Nope.
So, that shall explain the disappearance of the Cauldron God. He left the table when many of the other deities argued amongst themselves.
Is his mark upon us? I've been concerned about it for some time.
If another deity has plans for you, I shall not reveal their presence.
I simply ask that if you had Heroes of Light, Lord of Freet, would you not protect them from this, or is it simply out of your remit?
If you are my Heroes of Light, you'll be doing much different tasks than your current ones. But as to protecting them, only a slight finger movement would occur from me. If I was to engage in another deity's plans, that would go outside of my domain. We only act to the rules given to us, and if we go outside of that, a major punishment awaits us.
Well then, that's enlightening. Has anyone else got anything at all? I'm not the talkie boy, unfortunately.
I will bring out Ifrit's blade and present it to him and say, we found this while battling against what seemed to be a corrupted primal of you. Would you like it back?
You speak of the item as if it originates from me. That is but a mere imitation of the manner of the worlds. I hold no need for it. You may do with it as you wish.
Okay, I'll go put it back.
If you had been granted the true Ifrit's blade, I am sure you would find it much more weighty than that.
I mean, this one's already the strongest weapon that I've ever held, so I can't imagine something stronger.
I shall take that as a compliment.
Well, next time we get a chance to speak to Minerva, we'll let her know that you were displeased with her sending people to your realm without asking or talking to you first.
If that occurrence was before our own next meeting.
Lord, if she is of the greater gods, I'm sure if she has made a choice, it's something that the other greater gods would have either spoken to her about or agreed on. They are her creators. It would explain why Yuki is with us. Is that something you really want to go against?
It does not matter if you're greater or old, but the rules shall apply, and Minerva is but a babe in the Pantheon, barely older than Kefka.
A babe nonetheless, but of great importance. I understand your concerns. It's simply the case of we serve her, not you. If you want to take something up with her, as you say, you could do it yourself. Why bring us here?
I brought you here to speak with you myself. Words between beings always show their truer form. And speaking with you, I've learned a modicum more.
Well, we're flattered.
Though it truly pains you to pass on a message, as I said, I shall talk to Minerva myself.
I just work here.
We truly meant no distress coming to your realm unannounced.
I guess we just assumed that Minerva would have said something.
The threat that we're here to eradicate seems to be going across all planes as far as we understand, so that's what we're trying to deal with.
I appreciate your attitude, Osa. I will say it is a shame you were not able to come into my court. But the other won out at the table.
In all honesty, we didn't get much choice, did we, on who we had? But it is the way it is.
If you'd prefer, once my talk with Minerva is over, I can put the question towards her to have you move into my service instead.
That would be a great honor.
It won't be for me, but the rest of you may do as you please. If Yuki is a example of anything, then we can work together as heroes of light, regardless of our deity.
It's a pleasure working alongside of you, though I take the word of Bahamut.
Yeah, I don't want to burn any bridges for sure, but if it's something that comes up, we'll talk about it later.
Very well. I shall breach the topic with her. Having more than one seems like it may have granted her a larger ego than she should be granted. But that shall be a talk for us. For now, however, I believe your presence on this plane has gone on for long enough. I should not be so rough with your exit. However, I shall push you along in your path following this darkness. Perhaps if Bahamut sent one of his own, he is fine with your excursions amongst the planes as such and changing their nature.
No need to push, and I'll go ahead and grab my crystal.
I think we've been here too long. Let's go.
Does everyone else pull out their crystals?
Indeed.
Shall
Yep.
bring out my obsidian spear. Sphere, whatever.
That is the one. At the mention of Ifrit moving you from his plane, you possibly do the polite thing and do it yourself as you pull out your crystals and obsidian sphere as you are transferred back into colourful beams of light and shoot out from the plane. As you move further and further away, you feel the itchiness at the back of your brain start to pop up again, almost as if something is crawling around your brain. And almost as if wanting to grant you further knowledge, it feels as if something is being replaced as you move towards the planar portal to shift between the planes. Alongside your colourful forms, another of the inverted crystals follows along with you. And everyone can roll me a will save.
Would Grand Destiny have fallen off by now, I take it?
Yes.
Alrighty. Just making sure everything's closed off before I roll it.
Can I use my last hero point on this?
Yeah, sure.
Ah, we're not on the page. did not put my +8 in there.
Alright, so that'll be 31. Okay. As you float through the space between the planes, you'll feel as if new knowledge is being overgrown over your memories, but nothing seems to immediately give you any negative effects. And as you shift from plane to plane, you see another sphere off in the distance outside of the inner sphere. However, as you get closer to it, you can feel your form start to phase in and out. Your colors dim to a dark black, and some of you have lines of grey form. As you try to get to the plane you're aiming for, you instead wink out of existence, appearing within a new sphere, one you couldn't have normally teleported to.
Expecting the tentacle dimension then. Alright.
Floating amidst a plane that lacks any form of color, outside of the blacks, whites, and greys in between, you found yourself floating in a place that is almost stopped. The stars do not move, the dust is still, and all of the stars only grant a modicum of white light that doesn't shift. Your bodies are also still. Even though you don't breathe, you no longer twitch or shift around. You are a still picture. As you try to move, you can move, but it leaves behind a phasing image, as if you're doing something that the plane doesn't normally allow for. You would have felt uneasy, however, all of your internal functions have stopped. You're still alive, and you're pretty sure you haven't lost anything, but the plane doesn't allow for your body to normally be here. At which point you can roll a knowledge planes. Okay, as usual, Iskandor knows exactly where you are. And just like before, he can give off a sort of telepathic explanation as to where you are located. As he explains to you that you are within the plane of time, also known as the eyeglass into forever. It is a plane within the inner sphere, however, it cannot normally be seen or traveled to unless the deity Zamala gives you permission to. The time on the plane is erratic, which is possibly showing to everything being currently still, though that leads into the makeup of the plane, as the plane itself has no real material to it. Instead, it shows snippets of time all throughout it. There are two forms of snippets without the plane. There is the replays and the actuality. Replay snippets are basically just videos of what's happened in the past. You can interact with them and watch them as you please, but nothing will change. However, actuality snippets you can interact with and essentially change the events of time. And even though you have the ability to, the denizens of this plane, the Time Movers, the Time Dragons, and Zamala himself, make sure that the way that fate works doesn't change from the normal course. And if you were to do so, they would hunt you down. As for the magic of this plane, magic works normally, however, the magic does not affect the plane itself. And you can't really interact with the plane, aside from the snippets you can engage with. And similarly with planar and teleportation magic, those only function if Zamala allows you to do it. And you'll know that your presence here is either a very risky thing or it is fine, because if intruders are found by Zamala, they are ripped out of existence and can only be returned by a greater god. But since you are here, you kind of assume you were meant to be here.
Are we still floating at this point?
You are currently floating within the sphere. You've not gone to your destination.
I don't know if anyone else can hear me at this point, but Iskandor's just basically going, shit. Shit, 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 shit.
They can hear you.
Yeah, that's basically just what he's doing. He's having a little bit of a panic attack.
What's wrong?
This is either really bad or really, really bad. It's the plane of time.
Can I have a better option, please?
Not really. I know next to nothing about this plane apart from, and I'll just tell them the stuff about the plane. What I do know is that either we were invited here or we fell in. And judging by how we ended up here, we've been invited, which is the really bad option.
Why?
Why is it bad?
Well, we have no idea what Zamala wants, and we're in his domain. You could quite literally erase us from existence with less than a thought.
Well, if we've been invited here, then surely we need to seek him out and ask what he wants.
Are we moving towards anything in particular right now, or are we just like kind of in stasis?
You're currently floating around the plane itself. You're not moving currently.
Well, how about we currently make our way towards the plane? If he deems us not needing to go near it, then I'm sure he'll make himself aware.
Are we already on the plane, or are we heading like around?
You're in the plane.
Okay.
Just picture yourself inside of that sphere.
Is there any? Can we attempt to move?
Hey, look, I'm inside the sphere. Sphere! I can't say sphere. Unlike my first word. I always say spear.
It'd look very different if it was a spear.
Yeah, I know.
Joseph is gonna.
So, having a look
try to will
around,
himself move to move. Somewhere.
having a look around where we are, is there anything of significance, like any sort of structure or anything that we could have a direction to go towards?
You currently can't see any snippets that you can interact with.
Then I guess we choose a direction and we go with that direction.
Take it our resources are all the same as when we left the fireplane.
No, just like last time when you left the other plane, you get fully healed and get your resources back.
Oh, nice. Okay. I could attempt to discern a location, but what location? This is colossal. Again, I can teleport us through bent space and time, but to where?
Didn't
Any
you
of it.
just mention to teleporting about us?
Yes, but as I say, if we've been invited, he might allow us to come to him rather than floating through the void for hours, years, days on end.
Ah, I guess that might be the quickest way to find him.
Would that even work, Napaz, the discern location spell?
That's a good question. You'd have to try it.
It's range unlimited, yeah. Nothing short of direct deity intervention, so it's possible it won't work. It takes 10 minutes, so let's go.
Alright, as Iskandar waves his colourful, well, non-colourful beam of light around, he starts to cast a spell, and we shall have our break here.
Well, should I
You
reroll the
caused a
character?
time loop. We're now stuck in a break time forever.
I mean, it's a casting of 10 minutes, so take our break for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, that's his spell.
So, do you want me to just remake the character now, or...?
That's good to me.
Alright.
Everything's back on.
It better be. Okay, so, I think I said, Iskandar's lights were moving. It's not the lights. Your lights when you're doing the planar travel. Right now, you're in your semi-physical forms floating around. So it's semi-physical form floating around is doing the motions. And as he does so, trying to discern the location of what he truly desires, or at least something that'll get him moving along, you can all feel a presence surround you. The plane shifts and whirls as the monochromatic design turns into that of some grey, but now brown and blues and some yellows. A building forms around you from its foundation to its walls, with a lovely slate roof topping it off. As you find yourself within a sort of a temple locale, though it is devoid of its interior design, as well as any windows or doors. It's possible you have been located within a hidden floor of said temple. And standing within the middle of said room, two colossal structures form on either side. In the middle, you see a grey mass relating to a more squishy form. However, countless rocks and rubble have formed around the squishy form, with purple ley lines going across it. A large purple dot appears upon their heads as they clench their rocky fists around their swords in hand. Looking at each of you, you can all feel your past and future looked into, as you can hear the whispers of yesteryear in your ear. These creatures then speak through your minds as they say, "If fate wills it, you will survive." They ready their weapons, as you instinctively know to ready your own.
I think I discerned the location, guys.
Looks like we're being tested.
Feels like the location discerned us.
I need that spell.
Okay, and if you wish to identify these beings, it is knowledge planes.
Yep, get those 18s and 19s out of the way now. Let's go.
Joseph has no idea what they are. However, Iskandora does. These are time protectors. Beings made of astral matter, made physical. They look after fate and make sure time proceeds as it should. You can learn 9 traits.
9 traits. Yeah, I think it's going to be the lever, isn't it, really?
Jester?
The button's coming. There it is.
Alrighty, give me a memento. Okay, its weakest save is Reflex. It has no weakness. It is immune to aging, defects, and disease. It has Endless Dispel, whereas a swift action once per round. The time protector can use Dispel Magic Greater. It has
Nah.
no resistances. It has DR 15 unless you're using an evil aligned weapon. And yes, it has spell resistance.
So it has no abilities whatsoever. Apart from
It had one ability, which was End of the Spell.
Okay, cool.
Well,
As for the evil DR, if you have a +5 weapon, that does overcome it. +5 enhancement bonus.
And it has no resistance either.
No resistances? No.
Alrighty.
Do I get it going now?
Yes.
Alright, time to test out the new weapon. I'm going to pull out the Ifrit's blade, and then I'm going to attempt to mark the dude on the left.
You have quick draw, yeah?
Actually, I don't think I do.
Because retrieving a weapon is a move action. So, do you or don't you, or are you still looking for it?
I'm still looking on the page.
Okay. And if you want to know what type of sword they have, they are using a Roka.
Ah, okay.
It's a exotic one-handing, but they are using 2 fists to hold it. Hold it, wield it, use it. Stick it in a shoe.
Yeah, no, I don't have that.
So are you just going to mark, or are you doing something else?
So, yeah, I think I'll just do mark this turn.
Alrighty. It has 21 hit die, and those are its that is its stat array. That's on the left one, you say?
Yeah, the one on the left. Oh, yeah, that's me.
Is that success 3 means you have -2 AC to the other one?
Get out of the bag!
Yeah, so if I succeed and I have this guy marked, I have -2 AC and -4 perception against the other guy.
Alrighty. Okay, is that it?
That's all I can do since it's a full round. Do I have a swift action that I can still use?
Yes.
I will... no, I'm gonna wait. Alright, yeah, that's it. That's my turn.
I rolled 20, all snapped me, so give me a second. I don't think it likes me having all of your character sheets open at once.
Yeah, mine alone is starting to get pretty laggy. Add that to Osa's, who's been kind of laggy since the beginning because of her buffs from Rage and stuff, and then Iskandar is just a nightmare.
Iskandar needs its own computer just to load his page.
He needs a server just to hold all of his information.
I don't know if that has anything to do with the game itself, because I have, like... Actually, I can see how many maps I have. I have over 100 maps, so I don't know if that has anything to do with the players' lag. Because they're not loaded. Alrighty, I'm back in. I'm back in the room. Let me just open up their sheets. Okay, goes to the one on the left. As they point their purpley eye beam towards Joseph. What is your armor?
My regular armor is a
Yeah, the armor that you're wearing.
Plus
Plus
5
5.
mythical agile breastplate.
Okay, agile breastplate don't matter. The plus 5 is what I need.
It's got other abilities, but I figured the plus 5 is what you need.
The plus 5 is going to be the most highest, because it's times 3 of that value. Should be 15.
Okay. Oh, harden. Oh, no.
For the dispel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Joseph, your armor is dispelled, so it is just a masterwork agile breastplate for now.
Is it the full level, or is it just the plus stuff?
It's the enhancement value and the special abilities.
Okay, because it's also got staunching on it, which is like another +1. But I don't think that makes that big of a difference.
Is staunching a special ability?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a
magic armor.
+1.
Yeah, that'd be turned off.
Okay. Well,
It's
yeah.
not forever.
I don't. It would increase the DC or whatever of what he was trying to do. That's what I was saying.
Staunching wouldn't. Staunching is only a CL7.
What?
Your armor's CL for Dispel is only the highest of what it has on it.
Oh,
The
okay.
enhancement is 15 CL because it's +5. You times 3 that.
Okay.
Staunching is only 7, and that doesn't add in.
Okay, I thought that it would be like the overall value of like +6
No.
or whatever. Okay.
The only things that like come to that are a specific magic armor that have their own separate ones, but normally they're very close to just the highest one normally. And with that, they are then going to attack Joseph with their weapon. Are you editing your sheet in any way for your AC?
No, my sheet had decided to disappear earlier, so now I'm bringing it back up.
Okay,
I was going to just go to what my total armor bonus was, and
Would the ring still be on after the last place? Because it's like 10 hours or something.
No, it would not be.
Okay.
so my total armor bonus is 11, so I'd be at 31. Or no, 30, I mean.
Your armor is still a mundane piece of armor, it just loses the enhancement bonus.
Oh, yeah, okay. Duh.
So it'd just be 5 lower.
Yeah.
So you'd be down to 36.
Yeah.
Unless that affects your max dex.
No. It's
The agile part of breastplate is also mundane. It's just an
Yes.
agile breastplate.
Oh, it's a... Right, got you.
It's not a agile special ability.
nope.
Okay. So, let me make note of this. Can anyone check for me in the turn order at the very bottom? Can you see it say Joe Arm?
Yes.
Okay. I
No,
won't
it's not a
put
good
the amount in there then. No, that's just for his armor for the turns because it goes for 1d4 plus 1 round.
Alright.
Okay, so Joseph is being attacked, and Joseph, you're going to get hit twice for 86. Do you have any DR?
No.
Okay, then just full damage. And that goes to Osa.
Oh wait, activating that ring again. Which I'm pretty sure is just a free action.
Let's look at the page. Friendship.
And at any time. Yeah.
Standard action.
Okay, so be it. At least that's on. Oh well. As for my move, I'm going to look at the guy who just punched Joseph.
Slashed him,
And,
yes.
well, hurt him anyway.
I can throw a big sword in his hand.
And try to get to know him.
You gonna buy him a coffee and talk about his life?
Nah. Gonna see where it hurts the most. Swift action to get my axe in my hand, and a free action to rage.
Alrighty. Yeah, that definitely works. Did you want to 5-foot step or no?
Sure, I'll have a step closer.
Yay. Goes to the fella on the right. Yuki, what is your sword?
You don't need to know. +5 Buster Sword.
I don't need to know because I rolled a 1 and their bonus isn't high enough for probably what your sword is.
That's good to hear.
Your weapon's a +5 enhancement bonus, yeah?
+5 enhancement bonus.
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
need to know. I
All
rolled
of its other
below that.
abilities. Alright.
I'll ask about the other things when it matters. And then they are going to attack Yuki. I take it Yuki can't do any... Does Yuki do parries? Can't remember now.
Yeah, Yuki can do parries.
Can you do that whilst you're flat-footed, and can you be caught flat-footed?
Hang on a minute. I need a check. Hang on.
I don't know if you have Uncanny Dodge. You might get that from Fighter.
I was planning to get it possibly this level, so I know I haven't got Uncanny Dodge, so I can be caught flat-footed.
You have combat reflexes.
I do have combat reflexes,
Because
yeah.
you are allowed to take attacks of opportunity with that, which I don't know if that works with parry.
That's what I'm checking.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure it
yeah,
words
that's-
it as attacks of opportunity.
Parry uses attacks of opportunity, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it says attacks of opportunity. Well, yeah, uses one of the fighters' attacks of opportunity.
he must have a melee weapon in hand and must be aware of his foe and not flat-footed.
And not flat. Yeah, no, don't work until my turn.
Alright.
So, next level, it'll be fine.
Do you
Oh, you
have...
don't have your weapon in hand.
Do you have anything for crit negation?
Nope.
Do you have any DR?
Yes, I have 5/evil.
Okay, this overcomes that.
Ah.
Okay, they will hit you 3 times. One of them is a crit for a 2-1-1. I need you to give me a fortitude save, please.
Yeah. Sure, 1 second. Very slow at the moment.
Feels like everyone's having that issue.
I mean, I have rolled it, but it's not showing up yet.
Might just be slow. I mean, I typed test and that hasn't appeared on your side. You might just be having some server lag. There it is, and there
Yep,
it
there
is.
it
You
is.
gave me 2. I'll take the first.
Yes,
Alrighty.
please.
They slash into you, and you avoid the further effects of such.
I'll
Good.
use... Oh no, I'm flat-footed, never mind.
Yes. Alright, it goes to Yuki.
Wait, would they have been flat-footed at the very beginning of this?
Technically.
Oh man, that would have changed what I would have done.
Check something, hang on. I need to see what action this thing that I'm about to do uses. Ah, it uses a swift. Why does everything use a swift? Use a free action.
That is the problem.
Okay, well, I'm just going to still do what I was going to do, so... Just won't be able to negate the attack, unfortunately. So, as a swift action, Yuki is going to activate her Omni Strike ability. And then she is going to charge on up to this boil, and I'm assuming he's going to attack.
Yes,
He is gonna
so why are
attack.
you activating that limit break when you have 1 attack?
Because as I found out last time, you can only activate one limit break at a time. So if I activate my other one, I won't be able to activate this one.
Okay.
Wait, no, I could do this a much better way. Can I retract that limit break?
Sure.
Alright, cool.
I was
Using
questioning it already.
Yeah, I'm using my swift action instead of doing a limit break to activate my Mako power instead.
Alright. Are you going to parry their attack opportunity?
When everything goes through, yes. I might have to do a refresh in a minute because this is very slow. Hasn't even updated my health yet. Come on. Okay, I have ticked it. It's only going to increase my health, that's all it's going to do. But yes, I will parry his attack, so I'll do that first. I'm assuming he's just got the one attack, yeah?
He has only attack opportunity you once, yes.
Well. Okay.
You successfully parry him.
Then I will riposte him.
You wouldn't be able to because he's
I
parrying
wouldn't
you
be able to.
outside of your range.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
he's attacking you outside of your range. You just attack the weapon, so you can attack his hand as it goes, but that probably doesn't work.
Nah, it's fine. Then I'll do my charge attack. Well. Okay.
Starting off good, yeah?
Yeah. So I know that this boyo isn't immune to stuns or staggers, so this is good.
You do indeed crit. And then fort save. I also crit, so he doesn't become stunned, but he is staggered.
And he also needs a reflex save or fall prone.
So, oh, I selected his sword. He is not proned.
It's a shame. But that'll be me done. But I still don't know why my health hasn't updated. Come on.
Iskandar.
Press the recalculate button.
Okay, so I will move to this wall because I have 50-foot movement speed. Do I take attacks?
Let me just double check. You were there. You do indeed take one attack.
Alrighty.
From the guy on the left. Are you doing anything to prevent said attack?
Nope. Don't have anything to, as far as I know.
Alrighty, do you have any DR?
I've
Not
just figured
yet.
out why this isn't working. You've brought on my wrong character.
And you just deleted your turn from the order. You were 19.1.
Add it back on. Now I have updated health.
Jack B, did you say you were doing something to... no, you had DR, yeah?
No DR at the
No
moment.
DR. Okay, they will hit you for 56.
Alrighty, let me just take that off. Is that any way continuous damage at all or anything like that I need to be aware of?
That is not, no.
Okay, in that
You
case...
give us 14.11. Yuki's initiative.
Okay. I may have just been looking at Osa's when I was looking at the stream.
Cool. I will swift action. No, actually, no, I won't. That'll be fine for now. I'll regenerate 1. And then I will.
Were you losing health? Were you not at max health? Because regeneration starts at your beginning of your turn.
You're right. Sorry. No, let me take that out. God, work. There we go. Alrighty, so I will standard action full Yuki because I'm assuming she's still pretty hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I'll take it.
I mean, do you want to not die?
I'd like to not die. I'd like to limit break, but I prefer not to die.
You are limit breaking currently.
Yeah, aren't you already?
I'm not.
Oh, no,
Oh,
you-
you didn't. Yeah, you went macro power
my sheet is taking about 18 years to load, so
as per.
I
I
literally.
mean,
climbed
we
quite a
know
bit.
what full cure does, so you could just
Yeah.
free us the full.
And I will.
Yeah, roll 20 is going slow for me now. The music's just paused on my end.
Yeah, I was going to
Awesome
swift action
idea.
cast an attack spell, but that ain't gonna happen for a while. Basically, I'm going to be casting. I think it's Blizzard Fall. Basically, it's one of the 4 spells. I'll be quickening it, just an attack spell. So when my sheet comes back, that's my plan.
Yeah, I'm going to refresh roll 20.
Me too.
But it seems like we're all having issues, so it might be the site. Roll 20 status. We're March 12th. Says fine there. It looks like I can use. Down detector. Nothing there. It may be a localized issue with us. I like how Jack's just already gone to the break time screen.
I mean, I can put it back on the main screen, but it's just going to be a bunch of white squares.
That's the best part. Why has the pit boss got smaller? No, you didn't resize it for the BRB screen, that's why.
Yeah, that'd be why.
You've moved your taskbar to the left of your screen.
So, I mean, to be honest,
What?
Joseph, if you were to take your turn, I mean, we know what I'm doing. I'm just going to take a while to do it, so feel free.
Alrighty. I am going to pull out the Ifrit's blade, and I will move up to whack at the guy that I marked.
Use your move action to pull out your Ifrit's blade, don't you?
Well, as part of the move action, I would pull out the blade.
Yeah, since we all have BAB +1 at this point, you can just draw it as a free action when you're moving. Whenever this loads, I shall whack you, but... Actually, no. If I can look at the turn order, I would know I can't whack you, but... All I can see right now is Joe Arm. There it is. Alrighty. I would say a refresh fixed it, or it's just Roll20 finally decided to work, but who knows. So, Yuki feel healed, and just wait for Isengard to use his spell. Joseph, are you moving up to the left one, you say?
Yes,
Alright, can you move yourself? He's your B2.
I already did.
Okay, that's not updated on my side, but...
Neither my side.
Not for me either.
Oh boy.
Can you move
No
yourself
wiggle.
to the right and 10 to the left?
Every time I move myself, it looks like I'm back where I was. Like there's a little shadow Joseph back where I was. So I'm gonna also
Nice moving.
refresh.
There you go. He's moved.
Yeah, I moved him.
That'll be why.
Okay. Yeah, I just moved directly up to him. I didn't do anything special.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then I'm gonna try to whack this guy with Ifrit's blade.
Uh-huh. The tests I sent out when I was broken didn't even go through. There's this one. Yes, that one does. Joseph, you may need to reload if we're not getting your
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
signals.
Loading. Please wait.
Wouldn't have these issues in real life, but in real life, I don't think Jack B would have chosen this class because he would have needed a whole book for his spells, just like a real mage.
I mean, to be fair, I have a lot of books.
Yes, but how many have you written?
And if we do go by wizard's logic, each page is one level, so a 9th level spell is 9 pages.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Right, I'm back in. I'm just going to
Ooh,
quickly...
page
remember.
unresponsive.
Oh, I see a Ruin Wrath. I thought you were using Blizzard.
I said 4th level spell. Oh shit, no, you're right. Sorry. I've misclicked.
I think Zamala's just, taken over Roll20 right now.
I don't
Yes.
even have Blizzard. I'm just going to use water. Bad enough.
This was my plan all along.
Oh no, wait, Stone's got reflex save. Fuck that. Or air. I'm doing air.
Reflex is their weakest save, and their dex is not that great.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm making them scald. Well, maybe. We'll see.
Oh no, my range attacks. Whatever shall I do? Unless you have the explosion for Squad.
I do have the explosion for scald, I think.
Alright, tell me if you can see me moving.
Yes.
Okay, now I gotta load my sheet again.
I don't. I have the fire one, but I don't care. I rolled it anyway. It'll take enough time, so that's it.
Alright, the arrow 4 does hit. You're hitting the right one, you say?
Yes, the one that you keep saying.
Yep, that'll hit, and it does a hefty amount of damage. I need to reflex. I fumbled reflex, so they are squalled. I should just get an image of Squall for Squalled. Because I don't have one for it. I've got like a wind thing I can put on him. Here you go, that's windish. And I can see the Ifrit blade attack, alright. You hit. And,
The fire materia is not in this weapon right now. It's in a different weapon, so just ignore that for now.
I mean,
Okay.
the scald does reduce attack as well, which is nice.
is it not just ranged attacks?
Suffer from cumulative attacks made within a round.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah, because we changed that a while ago. I've not played with it since the change.
No, I didn't realise it had changed either. I was just checking what it did.
Okay, and you move 10 foot so you get your sneak attack, yeah?
Yeah, so could you update that mark to also say -2 attack and damage? Please.
You mean AC?
Yeah, that's the one.
And he indeed bleeds, because the rock is just their armor.
That is... Oh, dang it. You know what? I forgot to do something, but I guess I'll do it next turn, because it's not useful now.
Alrighty.
It would have gotten me +1 to attack and +3 to damage, but whatever.
Goes back to the fella on the left. Is Joseph wearing a belt of +6 to
Yes.
the physicals? Alrighty, I need to double check. But you have a +6 to all of them, yeah?
Yes.
Perfection. What is the CL? 16.
No.
So DC 27. Joseph, your belt is dispelled. So just put like a -6 into your enhancement, or just remove the enhancement. Make sure that right one is staggered, so I remember that. And the fellow on the left is going to attack Joseph. Is 31 your correct AC with the minus dex and minus armor?
It is minus dex, but not minus armor, so 26.
26, okay. And obviously this guy has a -6 to his attacks against you.
Yes, so, yeah.
Uh, 26, 32. Alright. He will attack you 3 times. For 153.
Half of that.
Yeah, half of that.
So 80, no, 75, 76.
76 for you, 77 for Osa.
Oh boy.
And it goes to Osa.
Yep. I'm going to move up.
They shall attack opportunity you.
Yep.
And they will fumble. Continue.
Ooh. I'll take that fumble.
I should now have +6 against them, right?
Attacks, yeah. Kill slinking. And I'm gonna take a whack.
And
For some reason, my patient go down.
If that hits, which I'm sure it does, I'm going to take my opportunist attack.
That does hit, however you are doing less. That also hits.
And strength damage.
Yep. Okay. Is that it?
That is it.
Goes to Protector on the right. Yuki, you can see that they are healing. Not for any action of theirs, they're just healing.
Probably due to their plane.
They try to dispel your sword again, but it's way too low for my roll, so it doesn't matter. And they are going to attack you once.
Yuki will parry.
You successfully parry.
Then I will riposte. That's a question about riposte. Because I parried, is it still an attack action to actually still hit against them? I'm assuming.
cost. Once per counter as immediate action, you can make a melee attack.
After you've successfully parried. So yeah.
After, so you need another one. And that indeed chunks into them. Just remember you don't have a swift action for your next turn.
Indeed, indeed.
And it goes to your turn.
Yuki will tap her heels together as a free action to give herself haste. And will wail into this guy.
First hits. Second will hit. Third and fourth will miss. The haste will hit. And it's still up.
Okay.
Iskandar.
Will full cure as a standard Joseph, which I'm pretty sure I'm still in rage for. Let me just double check. Yep. And then swift action, Holy Ice with the javelins on the one on the right. So this is just for any SR or anything like that it has. And then I'll roll the attack separately. Does that work effectively? Like, would it still allow me to do attacks before I roll it?
What do you mean?
Like, it doesn't... So does it overcome SR, for instance, if it has any? That's all I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Yes, it does overcome SR.
Alrighty. Joseph, fix thyself.
I'm fixed on my side.
Okay. First, second... none of those hit.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's me done. I say I've taken a nerf with that Archwizard, so that's me done.
Joseph.
Don't worry, me too.
Okay.
You did attack the guy twice with your sneak attack, so it still has its negatives.
Just clicking all my extra little buttons for swift action, dark side, full attack on this dude. Oh crap, I'm clicking the wrong one.
No more healing from Iskandar.
One second, I gotta add a haste attack in here.
Oh, baby.
Everything should be correct.
Aside from the fire materia, but I'm just ignoring that.
Yeah, exactly.
First hits. Second hits. Third hits. And as your third hit lands, you feel it clink into something very important for this being, as the rock forming its armor starts to shake and fall apart to the floor, and its astral matter seeps out and shoots away.
Aw, Osa didn't get to help with that one. She didn't even get her extra attacks.
I do it flanking for the sneak attack.
What's that?
I provided you with the flanking for the sneak attack.
Yeah, but you should have gotten like 2 or 3 extra hits on that guy. Oh,
Alrighty.
wow.
Anything else from you?
That's all I can do. I'm gonna
Okay.
take my damage from Darkside.
Joseph, your armor is no longer dispelled. I rolled minimum.
Hooray.
And it goes to Osa.
I'm gonna charge this guy.
He shall attack pursuant to you.
Sure does.
And he will hit you for 49.
With that, I'm also gonna frenzy,
But of course,
which is fine. 'Cause this guy probably also almost dead.
you can always try and roll a 20 if you don't want it.
Nah, it's fine. And I'm gonna go whack him. Well.
This game is all for the crits, it seems.
Go
So,
ahead, Yuki,
as
take your
Big
attack.
ass outflank, yeah.
Oh wait, does he actually
he
have a flank
doesn't
right
need
now?
it. So, as the other half deals with on the left, Osa wants to get in on the action as she charges off to the right, cuts into this fella's knee, and then does a follow-up into the chest, as it also crumples and disperses its being. And with the creations falling apart, so does the area you are currently within. The floor falls from underneath your feet as your forms turn back into a monochrome design, though you still have your physical form, and you fall back into the plane. And yes, you can deactivate your boots as you like. However, as the room you were in falls apart, you can see a snippet appear in front of you.
Does my belt come back?
Yeah.
Yuki will approach the snippet. Oh.
As the snippet forms in front of you, it has a more colourful nature to it. As you can see, it was something that happened in the past. At least Joseph and Osa note to be in the past, whereas Yuki and Iskandar can have a kind of inkling to it, depending on their knowledge local and possibly not knowledge history at this point. As you all peer into a office room, you can see a desk has strewn across it several hastily opened and thrown around books and pieces of parchment. And for some reason, that music is playing. The other music should be playing. Aside from the messy desk, sat atop a chair is a more youthful eagle in the form of Dr. Rugabard Altweist. Joseph and Osa would remember him as the man who invented the materia that could transfer somebody else's lifespan into another. However, looking upon him now, he looks to have more flesh color in his feathers. Aside from the one feather that he has planted on his desk that has turned a bright grey. From what everyone can assume, as well as just intelligence their way through, you can see that the man is fervently trying to research ways to increase his lifespan, with the feather on his table being a fervent image in his mind. It seems like nothing comes to his page, however, as he's trying to write out formulas or means of being able to expand his lifespan. All he has written on the page are Time Mage and Black Mage and a few other ingredients that he can't really get a hold of. He racks his brain for things and avenues that he could go down, however, nothing comes to mind. And then everybody can roll a perception check. As everyone looks at the snippet, kind of through their window viewing, you all look at the man who's kind of hastily moving around the pieces of parchment and the books he has opened, trying to find something. It looks like he hasn't bathed in quite some time, as he moves the hair from his face and kind of adjusts his wings. However, you all notice that he does pay attention to his right ear and keeps scratching at it. And after doing so, something pops to his mind and he starts to write down a new formula. Though as far as you can tell, he hasn't gathered it from any of the books near him.
He must be the same. Whatever's been influencing us is influencing him. Was this your first foe?
Yeah, that's Dr. Altweist, right? Is that how you say his name?
The guy who kidnapped the girl. Oh, well, captured, I guess.
The little red mage girl?
Yeah.
It's strange. I remember you telling me about this and wondering how, while he was an intelligent person, how he came up with the formula. I suppose this answers the question he didn't. I'll cast True Seeing, because, you know, why the fuck not?
As you cast True Seeing, it's a bit hard to see from here as you are kind of like looking through the window. You are able to see that he indeed has some knowledge starting to speckle in his mind.
Definitely the same.
And since you aren't natives to this plane, it's hard to tell if this snippet is a replay or an actuality. But it is up to you if you wish to try and alter it.
I won't be, because if we alter it, they wouldn't have gone on the quest in the first place. But it's up to you two, really.
I mean, Yuki's here too. Yuki may just want to charge in and slice him in two.
True.
It is not our place to be messing with time. That's my take on this. I don't want to be changing this. Any tiny little thing that we might change could absolutely destroy everything we've done since in ways that we can't even fathom.
Well, little I know about time travel is you don't mess with events of the past because butterfly effect.
I'm also one to not mess with the legalities of time. It can have severe effects should it be tempered with.
I have a feeling we are here precisely for that reason, for Zamala to make sure that we aren't here to basically mess with the flow of time.
True. We might be seeing things harder to not influence. I can't promise that that's going to be the same for everyone.
So nobody's going to interact with the snippet?
If it is a snippet.
Not currently.
I mean, it is a snippet. You just don't know if it's a replay or an actuality.
Oh, yeah, we don't. Yeah, no one's touching it at the moment.
Alright. As you watch by passively, the snippet starts to fade away and return back into the plane, as you find yourself once again floating amongst the nothingness. It isn't too long before another snippet comes to take its place. Grass flows up from underneath and sits just under your feet, a large tree rising upwards from the ground. Rain hits against the leaves as it creates a pitter-patter soundscape. Two Burmesians stand atop the base of the tree, and at their feet is a basket. As one of you may remember this scene, and if you don't remember the scene, maybe things will fall into place in your own mind.
I believe at this point I've met Mama now, right?
Probably.
Do I recognize the Burmesians at all?
No.
Okay. Oh, yeah, never mind. Mama's a Vieran, duh. This is before that.
Rosa's eyes definitely grow wider as she stares at them.
Who are these
we-
Burmesians, Osa? Friends of yours?
I mean, I don't know, but if I had to make a guess, they're my parents. If this is what I think this is.
Do you... Like, Yuki doesn't know much about Osa, so... Do you know who your parents are? Have you met them?
Well, I have a mother, but I don't know anything about my birthing parents. Is the scene doing anything? They're just standing there.
The Burmesians have their backs turned to you and they're looking down at the basket, almost as if they're contemplating something.
You could try. Do you not want to know them?
Yuki's gonna, like, interrupt and say... I don't know much about your background, but if you haven't met your parents and we're in the process of seeing snippets in time, this would be back to what you've just mentioned about meddling with the past. If you don't know them, although I know how much you might want to, it would be best not to try and find out.
Is it possible for us to, like, play the snippet or actually, like, move around inside of it so that we could, like, look at their faces instead of their backs without altering anything?
Currently, you're just looking at it. If you want to try and get a better view or get closer, you would have to enter into the snippet.
I have no idea. I'm going to ask Iskandor. Is that going to be something that's going to affect time, maybe?
Anything could. But this is something for Osa's choice. I won't lie to you, if this was my family, I probably would intervene. Your own morals are your own choices.
Well, I would be lying if I said I had never wondered about it, but honestly, growing up, I just kind of gave up on the thought. Never knew what happened or why I ended up in Ifa, but it didn't really matter.
Maybe
Yeah.
it did.
It doesn't really matter anymore anyways. You've got two families that love you and want to keep you.
What if they left her here for a reason? Osa's become one of the most mighty forces in the mortal realms. People don't just leave children for fun.
Joseph will just give us a supportive hug and then just kind of step back a little bit so that she can make whatever decision she makes.
Bill's just going to half-heartedly returns the hug, but her eyes are like glued to the permissions. And she's gonna walk in.
As Osa walks into the snippet, her footsteps start to snap against the twigs on the floor and brush against the grass. The rain hits against your head and your back as you feel yourself entering into what you could just assume to be the material plane. The Metians ahead of you haven't heard you, however, you now can hear the faint whimpering of a babe in the basket.
Gonna stand there for a moment to see if they say anything.
Roll me perception. As you inspect the Burmesians for a few moments longer, you can see that the surrounding area is starting to dissipate, so you don't have much time left here. However, you do notice that the babe is possibly a few months old, maybe even a year, and to your guess as well, from what you could assume to be your mother, it seems like she is already pregnant again.
Guess she's gonna start like try to circle around to see their faces better, but doesn't like directly approach. Just gonna circle around a little bit.
As you circle around to get a better look at the Metians, you can see that one of them bends down and places an envelope into the basket. They share a few words together that's hard to hear from this distance, kind of blurring as if it's starting to fade away. As you can see, the background starting to disappear even more so.
I see their faces at all.
You can see a good enough profile of them.
Am I close enough to get their scent?
The rain is kind of blocking out their scent.
Alright.
As you look upon the Venetians, the area continues to fade away as it only leaves the tree, the Venetians, and the basket almost fading away at your back. However, you're able to hear that the male Venetian calls the female Venetian Livera.
There's a lot of hesitation, but eventually she starts approaching them.
As you start approaching the Burmesians, it seems that they heard you getting closer as their heads dart towards you. You get a few seconds of looking at their features before the snippet completely disappears and you are floating back into the plane.
So she comes back to us now?
I mean, you could all see her in there, but now she's floating in the plane in the same as you guys, back to being monochrome.
Yeah, as the visage disappears, she kind of takes one more hasty step towards and then just stands there, like staring at the nothingness where they were standing just moments ago.
I'll just walk up to her and give her a hug again.
I couldn't do it. They were right there and I couldn't do it. I couldn't talk to them. I couldn't.
Well, you always have their faces now. Did you hear anything from them?
I heard one of their names.
That's a start.
Well, even with that, I still don't even know where to start looking. They could be from anywhere.
That's true. But again, remember, you've got 2 families that love you.
I know. That's why I never really cared, I guess. It's just seeing it here and now. That they left me here with intent, with purpose. I always thought it could be anything. Maybe I just got lost as a kid. Maybe they died. Or this, I guess.
When we return to the mortal plane, it's your choice, but I can find them with that name, if they live. And if they don't, I can find where their grave is.
Iskandar, I couldn't do it now because, well, I didn't know if it would change anything. But maybe back in the material plane, maybe then.
I understand.
Whatever you choose, we'll be here to support you. At least I will.
I know. They also left the letter there. Gonna have to ask Mama about that, I guess.
I'll do what I can for you. It just doesn't sit right with me, that's all.
I'll be fine, it's just... I don't know. Caught me by surprise.
we're not supposed to be here. It's going to catch all of us by surprise.
As you're all floating amongst the plain, another curation or a snippet starts to appear before you. Similar to the previous, grass flows up to your feet alongside dirt and cobblestone. You are within a large open field, though the fields are full with the bodies of humanoids and trolls alike. Some of the trolls get back up, but many of them are burnt to cinders. Some have their limbs severed through fire and are not regrowing. And standing atop the body of a paladin is a large troll wielding a flaming sword. The humanoid bodies are nowhere near the number of the trollkin. As you can see, the troll queen Zara having won a skirmish, though losing quite a few in the attack. As the troll looks around, you can see she has a more cunning mind than the others, whilst the others are full of rage and trying to just smash into the ground to find any humans that are hiding. She instead looks to the treetops and tries to find any remains of magic. When she no longer finds such, you can all roll a perception.
Nah.
Go on.
You all see that the troll queen Zara takes a cloth and wipes the blood from her face, though she pays special attention to her ear. It could have been a bug, could have been some blood, but as she cleans it out fully, you see that her gaze turns to the south. She looks between the trolls, and you can see the gears working in her head as she formulates a plan. She moves over to the other trolls and starts to talk to them about forming a larger group. If they were to combine the tribes, their numbers would not dwindle so much. And if they were a force to be reckoned with, possibly with diplomacy and trade on their side, they would no longer be attacked so viciously by the humanoids, even when they were not provoked. And with Iskandor's trucing still active, he will notice that a speck of knowledge has been given to the troll.
I will relay that to the party. It looks like we're here to witness the start of all of your foes, Joseph Adosa. It seems whatever's been interfering with us has been creating the monsters you've been fighting.
Looks like we're just the most recent in a long slew of this whole thing, starting with these knowledge mites, or whatever you want to call them.
Does anyone wish to engage with the snippet?
I don't know much about Zara, and when I actually spoke to her, she seemed alright.
Joseph still holds a grudge against her, but that's personal, and he's not gonna change time for that.
What were the outcomes of the Troll War?
the backup plan group got to the troll camp and basically wrote up a document and contract for their tribe to basically work together with Nefel and basically have like work contracts set up so they can use the trolls' physique for physical labor and whatnot. So basically, they are their own small settlement now, and they are just like any other humanoid currently.
Okay.
They have stopped their attacks because Zara is like one of the most intelligent trolls. She shows a lot more intellect for planning and group coordination to the fact that she has the largest tribe and was able to combine them. So now they are almost seen as just any other sentient being. And even though you weren't there, they've also been included in groupings of adventurers to try and sort out other issues. They were also sent to the Daragon Manor to sort that out.
Okay.
And you've also met Zara because she's showed up to a couple meetings with us since then.
Yeah, I remember meeting her. I just don't know the story of the troll war. That was all. Yeah, I'm happy to leave it.
The troll war ended before it began. It was mostly just skirmishes until backup plan went there and got the contract.
I mean, Remilar could have just done it himself, but yeah, we were there too.
We need to get their trust with the one-on-one
That's
fight.
true. You did whoop their butts pretty good.
Also, we needed to get there. We needed to get Remy there in one piece.
That's also true.
It was a group effort.
So nobody's engaging with the snippet?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Not this one.
Alright, the scene dissipates as the plane goes back to normal, and in its place, yet again, some more grass comes underfoot. However, it is accompanied by mud, sand, and waters. The makings of a small wooden dock also fall into place as you're looking across a large lake. At the lake, you can see several youths, a few of which are daring one another to go as far as they can out into the lake. Though they're still currently discussing and daring one another to go out there.
I knew I would see this one here.
Is this yours then, Joseph?
Indeed, it is. I guarantee you this is the day that me and my best friend swam out into the lake, and I nearly drowned. He saved my life, and then he got pulled under. No body was ever found. Nothing was ever recovered. He just disappeared underwater and was never seen or heard from again.
We could save him, you know.
I could, but again, I don't want to mess with time. That's not my place.
We're here now. While I understand, of course, the butterfly effect, time is a cruel mistress. If we weren't supposed to be here, why are we here? And if we weren't supposed to intrude, why can we? Zavala controls this plane to its tiniest facets. If you weren't supposed to do something, you wouldn't be
Maybe
able
it's
to.
maybe that's it. Maybe it's a test. To see if we would mess with it even though we're not supposed to.
It's a stupid test.
Either a test or an opportunity, whichever way you perceive it.
I am not even gonna step into it. I'm just gonna let it be.
Elsa reaches out towards Joseph's hand.
I'll take it and give her a little squeeze and then take a deep breath, take a step back, and just stand resolutely, not even trying to go into it.
You don't have to watch it, you know.
If I watch it, I might learn what happened.
I see.
As you watch the snippet unfold, it finally comes to a head of the dares. A few of the kids go out into the waters, though one stays behind. They splash around for quite some time, as you can all notice a nearby sign saying, "Do not swim out into the lake." After some time, some of them come back. However, a slightly familiar-looking kid finds some issue trying to swim back, as if something's caught his leg. He thrashes about, and some of the kids start to shout among themselves, one saying they should go get an adult, another saying they should go help him now. However, one of the kids runs out and swims towards the child trapped in the waters, freeing his leg from whatever grasped him. The kids share a look of friendship as they start to make their way back to the shore and safety. Do you still watch?
Yes.
The heroic kid who saved the other starts to slow down as the one who was saved looks back and sees that his savior is nowhere to be seen, except for ripples in the water, leading him to believe that he has instead been dragged down. Crashing about and trying to find the kids who had been taken is a bit too murky for the child to see through it. And as the snippet plays, it starts to fade away from the edges. The floor goes away first, allowing you to see through to the water. And even if it was murky for them, you can see through it as if it was just a plane of glass. The savior has tendrils ripped around his ankle and his leg, as a sticky tentacle pulls him deeper and deeper. Do you continue to watch?
I can't watch
Yes.
As you continue to watch, or at least Iskandar doesn't, you can see that the boy's skin has started to turn grey, the veins pulsating a deep blue and green, almost as if the life is being sapped out of him. Do you still want to watch?
Do I feel like it would be possible to reach in and then pull something out with us instead of in the little snippet?
You can interact with the snippet, however you can't bring things from the snippet into the time plane. They have to have an allowance to go there.
Okay, I will just continue to watch until it fades into whatever the end of it is.
Do you
Also a shift to be like like shoulder to shoulder with Joseph and be like really close to him. Not really holding him, like holding his hand, but not holding him back if he does decide to pull him, but just being close to him.
Yeah, I'm absolutely focused on the scene that's playing out in front of me, and if you look over at my face, there's just one tear that's just huge and just rolling down my face.
Kendall's just kind of... He looks angry and a bit disgusted. He's kind of just shaking his head. Not at Joseph, but just at what we're seeing. And the choices you're going to have to make.
As you continue to watch the snippet, it continues to fade away until it just leaves a small amount of the lake and the child being dragged deeper. Another tendril comes up, though this one is sharper at the end, almost as if it was a forked tail. It pierces through the child's stomach as blood starts to fill the waters, and it is dragged down faster, and the snippet ends and fades away.
And unfortunately, I have to go to work, so this is where I gotta go.
How dare you leave us? Alrighty. Well, at least you were here for yours.
True.
Yeah.
Have a good day at work.
I'll try. I'm gonna be trying to watch on my phone while you guys finish it up, but I'm out.
See you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Laters.
As the image fades away, Joseph certainly shows his own feelings at the situation, and you're left floating in the plane. It isn't long until another area starts to form. However, this one, unlike the others, is a snippet that forms around you, just like the first. Stone appears underneath as walls form up, as you're given a few moments to prepare yourselves for the room you're being placed within.
As in, like, do we see it forming? And what?
Yeah, you're seeing it forming, so you have 2 turns to prepare.
Oh, well, what's in it? That'll probably affect what we're preparing.
You don't know yet. It seems to be the same room as the one that you got attacked by those time protectors in.
Right. Okay. Buffs. It's just 2 turns, isn't it? So I can't use heroism,
Yes.
which is a bit of a shame. Well, seeing as there's only 2 of you, I will slap legendary proportions on Osa and Yuki.
Nice.
You say
Yuki.
legendary proportions on Osa as well.
Osa and Yuki, yeah.
Okay. That'll be your 2 turns unless you're doing those with something else.
I can't now, so that will be it.
Alrighty. As the room forms around you, Osa and Yuki gets bigger, though sadly not enough to fill the room that is forming. And as the floor appears beneath your feet, the walls crumbling on the sides, and the ceiling is topped off, you find yourselves with a time protector to the north and to the south of you. Your past and your futures are delved into as you can hear them telepathically speak into your mind that if you are to survive, it is what fate's deigned. They ready their weapons, and you do the same. This time you will have your weapons in hand.
Okay. I'll use Mumbo on this one.
Jester, I see you've not moved to this area. Has anyone else moved to this map? Okay,
No, I
now
have.
he has.
Might have just been delayed.
That was weird.
Yeah, apparently I needed it. To be 12? Yeah.
Or rolls on the initiative.
Indeedly. You said you're using a bow of time, yeah? Yes, above
Yeah.
that, okay.
I've popped it in.
Yep, I saw it change. I just didn't see the 3 above the initiative because the big box just draws my attention.
That's fine.
Alrighty. And as far as you can tell, these are the same creatures as before. Well, not the exact same, but the same species. And it starts with the one to the north. Yuki, now you can tell me what's on your weapon.
Well, it equates to a +10 weapon, if that helps.
No, that doesn't.
Right. Fine then. So I've got. So it's +5, and it is. Not on there, it's in my equipment. Keen, Called, Heartseeker, and Fortuitous.
I don't think any of those are going to matter. Keen may... No, Keen is still only 10. Alright, so yours will just be counted as a CL15, which is a DC 26. Your sword is dispelled, so it is just a masterwork Buster Sword.
It's just rude.
Town Protector on the north will then attack Yuki.
Are we flat-footed at this point or not?
Yes.
That's just rude.
What's your flat for AC?
34.
Oh, pretty high. Alrighty.
You can
Yuki
thank
is going to
Iskandor for his
be
buff.
hit 3 times. For a 249, you got hit by 2 crits. And you do give me 2 fortitude saves, please. Alright, I shall tick that off when your sheet loads for me, Intro.
Yeah, that spell does increase your fort save, so hopefully that helps.
Dark side is now turned off. Alrighty, you save for both. No, you still take the damage. You don't have any DR, do you?
5/evil. It didn't work last time, so.
Yes, that's not going to work now still.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, Osa.
You got the one up north, right?
Yeah, should do.
As long as she gets healing from Iskandor.
I can just imagine like Yuki and us having a small discussion and then just like high five, and she just turns her back and charges the other one.
Basically, yeah. You got that one? Alright. I'm
You
head
go
south.
high, I'll go low.
She's going to rage. And she's going to charge the one down here.
You charge paralyze? I think you got a rage wing for that.
I can.
Alright,
As long as they're not next to the enemy, I can charge two allies.
alright.
When I'm raging.
Both of the time protectors will attack two into you.
Sure.
Okay. Osa will be hit twice for 100. It won't overcome DR/dash, which I think you might have some of.
That. I do have that.
For regeneration, you would have just been to full health.
Nice.
Oh, I rolled a will save for that. I took like 6 points of damage.
It's up to you if you want to frenzy.
Rumble. Oh, it's okay.
The opposite of fumble. That's amazing.
Well, I'm about to hit this guy, so that's great. Get that bonus and that bonus. How much bigger is this guy than me?
1, 2, 3 categories.
Alright. And a welcome.
You do indeed whack the big lad. Yuki.
He's going to activate her swift action to activate her Mako power.
Marco.
Yeah, Mako, whatever.
Mako, Marco, Mako. However.
Well, there we go. Big boy health.
Big girl health.
Yep. And she is gonna charge at this boil, which will probably provoke. To which, if it does, she will try and parry.
They both attacked Osa, and they're not attacking you.
That's fantastic.
You're welcome.
Do you already have a -5 in there for your weapon being...
No, -5 needs to be in there.
Okay, so you'll still attack. I'll just take 5 off of the damage.
Yep.
Does the +5 go to Brave, or is Braver just dice?
No, Brave
Brave's
is
just
dice. If it dispelled my weapon, I'm assuming that would also dispel the materia that's in it, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, don't get the healing. That's sad.
You also don't overcome its DR, so you're doing less damage.
That's just even bigger sad.
Are you doing the correct size damage?
Nope, I need to do another
Because
D.
you're big now.
You are large.
Lord.
Need one more D10.
Yeah, I'll
Alright.
take it. It's pretty good.
Okay. Goes to the protector down at south, who is shining his big old purple eye at Osa.
Mm-hmm.
Your axe is dispelled.
Yep.
I don't even need to ask, because I rolled much higher than what I
You
need to.
know, if Iskandar never did this to Axel, we might never have this issue.
Oh yeah, blame
Yeah,
me.
You say that, all these things are prepared ahead of time.
I had my
but they might have
axes
just
dispelled
dispelled
times.
buffs. They might have not dispelled,
Yeah.
like, weapons and armor.
You don't
Does that-
have any buffs.
Osa's had her axe dispelled in sessions I've been in before I did that. I'm
I
pretty
guess.
sure.
Yeah. It's not like it's a new thing that's happening. It's been happening before.
Yeah.
We're just not happy about it, that's all.
Just want to complain.
Exactly.
Allow me to complain.
I'll think about it. The fella down below is also healing without doing anything. And is going to attack Osa. Does Osa have anything for crits?
No.
Okay. Osa is getting hit 4 times. You don't have anything for my attacks, do you? Or is it just when I attack your allies?
No, because I'm not in the stance. So no.
Okay. You'll hit 4 times. 2 of these are crits for 2, 6, 8. And I need 2 fortitude saves, please.
But in dark mode, the box is transparent.
I'm just not using dark mode. I'm glad
mean, I
it's there.
shouldn't,
I just
like-
wish it was better.
I want to
Yeah.
like it, but it's just kind of awful. But I'm still insisting on using it.
When it's
Yeah, no,
fixed, then I will use it.
4 attacks,
Yeah, 4.
so minus 20. That's DR.
if I could change the color of the text, I would go dark mode.
Yeah.
And 2 fortitude saves.
Yep, 2 forts, please.
Just make it more bold, if anything. Like, it's fine. It just needs to be like a white on black background, ideally.
Here's another crit for you.
Yep, another crit for your saves. You just don't want things affecting you. You know what's happened before. Alright, you all save. And it will go to Iski, baby.
Alrighty. I'll be moving, as usual, so hit me if you need to.
South Fella will indeed take the opportunity to do so. He shall hit you for a 99 crit, and I need you to give me a fortitude save, please.
Ooh. Pressed it.
Just gonna close some of my tabs I had open. Okay. As you are cleaved into, your wound festers and bleeds across the floor, and as you get to your destination, you feel as if you cannot do anything else as you are staggered.
Fair enough.
You still have a swift action.
Yep. With that, I will use Holy Light and get rid of that condition and heal. When my spell sheet loads, because it just left me.
Holy Light is indeed a swift spell.
It gets rid of...
Does not get rid of staggered.
It does not. Damn. Oh well. In that case, I'll just stay here. Save the MP.
Okay, before you get this going, stag. Okay. Gonna go to Joseph. And I'm going to assume he's going to mark one of these fellas. Is he gonna go north or south?
South,
Actually,
most
by the time he
likely
marks
better.
them, they're probably gonna be dead, so he might just want to attack. Osa, did you rage for hunting you back?
Yep.
Alright, he's gonna go to attack the guy down south. And most likely using the Ifrit's blade still, so I'll find that in his list. Just ignore all of that and take the first, which hits. One down south has less attack and AC. Alright, goes to the one up north, who is going to try and dispel something else, Yuki. Yuki, do you have a belt of +6, whatever?
Yeah.
Your belt of physical perfection, I'm gonna guess?
Yeah, it's +6 to 3 of my stats.
Yep, that is dispelled.
That's just fantastic.
And they are going to attack Yuki.
Oh, my health's going down. How many times is he attacking?
4.
Oh boy. I'm going to try and parry all of them.
Alright.
Because if I don't, I'm probably dead. It's a -5 to all of those because of enhancement.
And sorry, what's the 5 attack damage you are asking about? Is it your one? Because your weapon hasn't been dispelled. As for Jax, you successfully parry the last 2.
Grr.
You are hit twice for a 97.
Ha!
So close.
Yikes!
You got this.
This fellow's also going to then 5 a step to the right.
Okay.
I see
Oh,
what's
so-
going on here.
It's frenzy time.
It's alright. I've got this, big guy. Just watch it.
You are in limit break territory.
I definitely am.
Or has mark stats? You would have hit still. I'll just take off the 5 damage. So isn't Mark only +4, not +5? Let's have a look, see. Yeah, +4 unless it's changed.
Wow, that didn't work.
That's a lot of zeros.
That's a lot of zeros. I did something wrong.
You got a plus plus. Missing a number.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I spammed it too quick.
Nah, I just messed up the plus.
Well, with a +39, I'm only going to be looking for the red. So that's fine. So you do have the -20, actually. So 19, 22, 23, 25.
Sorry, just
I
thinking.
should really. I should have +3 to it, but I couldn't. I could only. They have a a common buff thing, so I couldn't do that separately. The damage should be correct.
Okay. As far as I can tell, maths-wise, the only one that missed there is a fumble. Did you say if your axe has been mundane on that for the -5?
Well, -3.
Oh yeah,
The
your
rest,
axe is
the
only
rest of that
-3.
is +3, and the rest of it is the effects.
So is it free? Is it meant to be free lower?
Yeah. Right, so because I have +6 to flanking with Joseph.
Okay. Maths. 16. But bite also hits. And it does very little.
Well, the fight is +5 technically.
Yeah.
So it should
Well,
bypass DR.
actually, yeah. If it's +5, yeah, that goes by the.
I was going to say, isn't it +7
Yeah.
now with the body wraps?
Yeah.
No, well, it's +7 total, but +5 enhancement. The special abilities don't
Yeah.
count for DR overcoming.
Well, with the yeah, but it's +5. But then the damage is not lethal.
Yeah.
But it's still there.
Yeah,
You can
still,
turn that
still
off.
get.
It's an
Can't.
action to turn it off.
Oh,
Um,
it is, yeah.
I don't think you can turn Merciful off. If you can turn Compassion off, I
I'm
think.
pretty sure I can turn it off. It's just it's an action, and also it's a magic item, which I don't know if I can do when I'm raging.
That's a Merciful spell. Whatever, it doesn't really matter right now. It's not going to change the course of things. Okay, Yuki.
He's got a swift to limit break. And as a free action, is also going to activate her haste. And is gonna just wail into this guy. Now I'm hoping if I put a -5 in here, it shouldn't affect the roll. Yep, all good. So the -5 is included in that, but not included in the damage, so I can't do that.
Yeah, I was just about to say I could see in the attack but not damage. Alrighty.
So let me know how many attacks hit, and I'll add the extra 1d10s for however many hit.
You could have put in the DR for me. Ugh.
Nah.
Well, it's a spell, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could have put the DR in for me, so I didn't have to calculate it.
Oh.
Alright, the first and haste hit. And the first and second Omni Strike hit, so 4 attacks.
I'll take it.
It's not bad.
I also
Alrighty.
feel like the wrong macro.
Oh, is that has?
I've rolled the wrong power card.
How dare you?
Oh,
I
well,
never make
what it
mistakes.
is.
Okay, goes to fella down below. Is attempting to dispel. He also heals, so his bleed goes away. Does Osa have a +6 perfection belt?
I'm pretty I do.
I just need to
Yep.
double check what it
I
is.
do.
It is 16, so DC is 27. Your belt is dispelled.
Okay.
And they are going to lay into Osa. Osa will get hit 3 times for 160.
Unless there's something to my health, or what did that change?
Losing con would lose your
Oh,
maximum.
right. That makes sense. Okay. 3 attacks. Not that it
3,
really matters
yeah.
that much, but
He is then going to 5 a step to the right, though he is still adjacent to Joseph, so he hasn't moved away, so no step up. That'll be from him. Iskandar, you are still staggered.
With staggered, do I still get a swift?
Yes.
Alrighty. So
A swift and a single move or standard, but if you get rid of staggered, you get both back.
probably not worth it, honestly, at the moment.
I mean, Yuki only has 2 health, so I don't know.
I will defensively cast Full Cure on Yuki.
I don't think staggered gives you any minuses for that.
Well,
No, yeah, go ahead.
So I think it's built into the roll. Yep. No, it just tells me the bonus. Never mind.
You'll succeed with a 38 concentration.
Alright.
The DC is 31 for that, so...
So, Yuki, you are max.
Thank you very much.
As a swift, seeing as I can't do much else, I will shoot a firer at the one that Yuki was wedding into. Just change that to my mod. There we go. I think I have to ranged attack with a firer. I'm pretty sure.
Fire is the area.
No, fire 4. Sorry, I think it's a ranged attack.
Yeah, 5-4 is an attack roll. How are you using 5-4 though?
As a swift action.
From using.
No, I could just flat out quicken it at the magic.
Okay.
Pay the cost.
Just cost you 8 MP or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 MP, because it's a 4th.
The attack is 25, that I'll probably miss.
Do you want to see if it misses?
I can't change it, so.
Okay. You hit and
so
you're
bad.
to mess up.
I just remember this whole time I have mischance as well. Unless these things go through mischance.
I'll tell you now, your mischance doesn't matter.
Alright. That makes me feel better.
Does it?
Yes.
Well, it makes you feel better and worse, because, you know, it doesn't make a difference, but bad that you just forgot about it anyway.
Yeah.
You just forget about a boss who doesn't have the ability to overcome it.
And are they on fire?
I'm just doing the reflex now. If the DC is still 24, they are not on fire.
It should still be 24. Yeah, there's no enfeeblement to it. Yeah, it's the same. So they're not on fire.
Well, he saved but took full damage.
That's speed up.
Goes to Joseph, who I'm going to assume is just going to full attack. Don't think he has any fancy things. Does he have the mark buff I can just turn off? There is no mark buff. But then Ifrit's Blade doesn't have a +5 in there, so... Oh no, he has enhancement 10, that's how he's doing it. Okay, I'll put that down to a 5. So this should now be correct. He only attacked once, so the AC is back normal, but he hit him anyway. First one hits, and so his AC is lower by 6. The second one will hit. The third one will miss. Oh no, he has a +6 flanking from Osa, yeah?
Yep.
So that would be 35. Okay, the third one will hit. I rolled 2 55s in a row for his position. I don't know why the haste is -7. That's weird.
Maybe he didn't adjust a bonus to it, just
Maybe.
clicked it
But
on.
it's a natural 20, so... His crit confirm is a -3. What's his normal bonus? 33, so that'll be a 37. Okay, that will confirm, however, I don't think you're going to need it. He does indeed crit that fella. Next to 25. Yeah, he's got the right flame burst, 1d12. So I don't know if Osa wants to take her attack opportunities, but Joseph is just going to lay into this thing with his Ifrit's Blade, cutting apart its leg, and it just crumbles down, just keeps slicing into it as more and more comes apart, and that thing will disperse. And Joseph, I guess, gonna fight a step to here, just to get a line up for the one up north. Fella up top is going to attempt Dispel. Yuki, what is your armor?
Go away.
I've never heard of that kind of armor.
Hang on. It is a +5 Titanic.
I shall look at Titanic. Just that might be a higher thing. No, that's 7. So it'll just be 15, which is 27. Your armor is dispelled.
Yeah, of course.
So you'll have 5 less AC for me attacking you. He is going to attack you 4 times if you wish to parry.
I would. That has the -5 in already.
Alrighty. What is your AC without your +5 armor?
It would be 34.
Alrighty. You will fail to parry every one,
No, fantastic.
and you're getting hit 4 times. 2 of them are crits for 320. And need 2 fortitude saves, please.
I'm just angry at all my work with the voice. I just fixed you.
I mean,
I'm
that's
sorry, he's
because of the
dispelling all of the
still-
stuff which allows me to stop it.
He's giving you more work to do. He liked the healing so much the first time. She just wants to revisit.
I can't heal though, sir. When I heal you, he goes back to nothing. Joseph just dies.
The thing is now, is if the thing actually does kill me, I'm actually dead because they've dispelled my armor.
Yeah, that's not great. Fine.
Is that with... Did you take off your con bonus?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be correct. Alright, you save against the effects. Elsa. Feather up top is also healing over time.
I'm gonna charge up here.
Bella up top will take the attack opportunity.
Yep.
And hits you for 48.
Speaking of armor,
Isn't it when you get attacked I can attack back?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting I have that thing. Because usually people are immune to
as-
shadow stuff.
As he gets backlashed with the shadow, you can see his healing has stopped.
Ooh. Nice.
Oh my god, I can use
Very
shadow.
still. Oh.
Hey, these are the things you just... The things you never ask for are the things you really want to know.
So is it when you get attacked that I can get attack of opportunity, or is that not with this? Or is that
It's.
He was
If
out of range.
I was out of range,
you?
yeah.
Never mind.
But if it attacks me, you get to attack it if we're both within, like, basically flanking, so adjacent to it. Or if I crit, you get to attack it.
Right. Got ya.
Though, Yuki, what is your dex currently?
5, so I have 1 more attack.
Oh yeah, so you could get 1 attack opportunity.
Yep.
You do have outflank, right?
Not
Yuki.
currently.
Okay. That's fine.
Next level, when you ask me that question, I have an immediate action which allows me to do it.
Just making sure my shit is right, because I've been messing up my bonuses. Okay. That should be correct.
Naked.
Well, yeah. The healing should not be there.
That indeed hits. Alrighty.
This is
It
also
was
the first
also-
time Yuki has seen Osa like this, so she should be dead, but she's not. So do with that information what you will.
Yuki's
Except for
very engrossed
That's
in...
why she was left at the tree. She just never dies. They were scared of her.
Yuki's just very engrossed in the battle to notice Osa straight away. To which
Don't
she
notice
was
the
going to...
minus 100 health.
Full attack. Numbers? I just see a lot of blood.
Yeah, but those numbers translate to blood all over the floor and her, like, arm barely hanging on.
At this point, you just swing the axe with tendons.
Actually, while you're here, I will, as a free action, gain Outflank as the fleet. Which I feel like I had a buff. I did!
But it is +4 because my weapon isn't magic anymore,
Yeah, I know.
instead of the +6.
And now I'm gonna whack this guy. I didn't -5 in the attacks. Oh my goodness, so many are gonna miss. Why can you not roll above a 10?
You say -5 to the attack.
Every single attack needs a -5.
Okay, the first one will still hit.
Good.
The rest will miss. Omni Strike 1 will hit.
I have only just... or actually, no, how did... Hang on. Oh no, it did go in. Never mind.
Omni Strike 2 will hit, and as your second Omni Strike hits into this thing, you can see the rock begin to crumple away. However, the astral energy starts to vibrate violently as it explodes, and you hear the screaming wails of a dying creature.
What did you do?
Yeah.
Somebody
Good
turned off
riddance.
his regeneration.
That's true.
Yuki's gonna like sort of like stretch out her arm and be like, oh, that really hurt, and then take a look over to Osa like, oh my goodness, are you okay?
What the fuck? Yeah, she just falls over dead.
Right, I'll be there in a minute.
I'll be there for you
Yuki's like,
as the
Slow.
room starts to fall.
Yuki like quickly like puts her hand in her bag, getting ready to pull out a mega potion, and then sees Iskandar probably like start waving his magical hands.
Yeah, he's just
And
like,
you look over and she just falls over and she's dead. She's very much dead.
and yeah, I will full life Osa and then full cure me and Yuki. So that's a fair bit of MP.
As you are moving the revivals and healing magics around, you will feel that the very close encounter with death in a plane where time isn't exactly going forward, your experience of the past comes flooding it to the present, as everybody will go to level 22.
Oh boy.
But of course, we're not getting experience for the fights because we feel like we forget something.
What's experience?
I see.
It's a good question. Me? I like how Jazza just immediately got more soldier points.
No, I haven't. That's because I recalculated
the
my
belt?
sheet. Yeah, I put my belt and everything back on.
Yeah, okay.
I can't ever have more than 20 until... Actually, no, I can't actually have ever more than 20. So it goes off my class level and you can't go higher in Soldier than level 10.
Sage. So,
Is that a
there's
1d4
question.
for your health?
I don't know if prestiges stop at 10. You might be able to go above. It's just there's no progression. I'd have to look up prestiges count for epic leveling.
Yeah, I've always had a 1d4 for my health.
Well, still gonna be beating out whatever character Jack had in the past.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Seriously, I can't. I just need to take averages.
We know Sir was just half a point below average. And I'll leave Joseph to do his role whenever he gets back into the game. But as that place falls around, you heal in and gaining new knowledge, but not knowledge in the capital K sense, but just knowledge in level sense. We shall end the session here.
Alrighty. Well,